All right, y'all. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We are in the building. We about to get it in. Thank y'all, everybody, for checking us out. We got a lot to get into tonight. Very, very briefly, we're going to talk about what's on the minds of every single football fan. It's been on every single news media outlet. Deflategate. Who's at fault? It appears that we might know. We also have a mysterious death involving an athlete, stupid criminals, and cyberbullies. And we got the Diva Diaries with the dating pool diva who is in the building. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, then they must be half stepping. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We're back in the building. Be down with us tonight at 804-402-2893 to be down with the flagship show right here, live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all, everybody, for being with us tonight and checking in to us. Thank you to everybody that's listening to us live on TuneIn on your smartphone, tablet, computer, or any of your Wi-Fi enabled devices. We appreciate you. Appreciate anybody that has checked in to legacyinternetradio.com and all of our various social media outlets on IG and Facebook and Twitter and all of that kind of stuff. We appreciate the love that we get, and it's because of you guys that we continue to grow week after week right here on Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody who is listening to the replays right now on YouTube. As we do every single week, we update and upload all of our segments there to YouTube, so we appreciate it. Got a lot to get into tonight. We got the dating pool diva who we will introduce here momentarily, go through the introductions here as well as the setup for the show. You hear him with us here on the show. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J from time to time. Been hearing from him a whole lot more lately than you had in the past, and he's here. My big brother, Big Bro Joe, is here. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going up there, Marcus J? How are you today?
Doing fabulous, big bro. You all right?
Oh, well, just cooler than a polar bear's toenails.
Oh, my goodness, man. You're looking quite dapper over there and whatnot, even the face of his watch matches his shirt. My goodness, man. You're just clean.
Well,
just clean.
I just try.
You try?
I'm trying to be like you.
Yeah, man. I don't know. You don't want to be like me. I'm sitting over here in a raggedy T-shirt and a pair of work jeans, so I ain't dapper like you, man.
I had to be in the face of the public all day. I had to smile.
Oh, man, you?
Yeah, I'm shuffling sometimes, man.
Oh, man. Well, you got to do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Make that bank account go, whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, my big brother. All right, continuing introductions. You hear her on the 4th Monday of every single month. She comes in and leads us in our relationship segment right here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J on Legacy Internet Radio. It's my sister. I call her my little sister. But my little sister, the dating pool diva, Arthur Charisma, is here. What's up, girl?
Really? You're like how many days older than me?
27.
Maybe 27. You counted them.
27.
Okay. All right. I'll let you have that.
That's a shade under it's a shade under 4 weeks. 4 weeks makes a month.
Yeah. And I come to you for wisdom. I do.
Yeah, I suppose you
I
do. Yeah, and plus, you're like the only person I'm taller than, so that makes me big brother.
Oh my goodness.
I am. Like, seriously.
You're supposed to be taller. You're the man.
Oh, okay. Well, I can dig that. Tell that to like my first 4 girlfriends in high school.
They were all taller.
Oh yeah. Of course. Well, it's good to see you.
Good to
and
see
Big
you.
Bro, it's good to see you as well. Charisma told me that she didn't know anything about this first thing we about to get into, but if she feels the need to grab the mic and jump in, we certainly will welcome her opinion. But we will hear from her throughout the show as she leads us in the Diva Diaries later on. But I want to start off, we like to call ourselves, the show that features, humor and top sports stories of the week and things like that. So we ain't going to beat you in the head with sports. But if you have lived under a rock, you may not know anything about what Big Bro Joe and I are about to talk about. But if you have been outside of that rock, you've turned on the news, you know that the New England Patriots are under a whole lot of scrutiny as they prepare for the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks, the defending Super Bowl champions. And there's a thing called Deflategate. Just to set it up for those folks who actually were, in fact, living under that rock, every single team has 12 footballs. Every single team is responsible for preparing their footballs, and they are to be prepared to a certain standard as dictated by the National Football League. The New England Patriots have been accused of tampering with their footballs to make them a little less heavy than they are legally supposed to be. Translation, people with small hands like me, you remember playing with that Nerf ball or that wiffle ball or that spongy football? Remember that grip you used to get on that ball, how easy it was to throw it? Well, imagine the NFL football being a little less hard to throw, a little less heavy with a little bit more grip. That is apparently what the benefit of the 11 out of 12 footballs being not quite as inflated as they legally should have been. The football game they played against the Indianapolis Colts 8 days ago was a blowout. Was it 45-7, Joe? Something like that. And that was the game in question. Apparently, the Baltimore Ravens, who the New England Patriots had beaten just a week prior, are the ones that tipped off Indianapolis to look out for these balls. They thought that New England had been doing it in their game, but there was no proof. No one checked those balls, but they were only suspected of it. And, of course, once they checked on the balls in the first half of the game against Indianapolis, they found that the 11 of the 12 were funky. The second half, they were at regulation where they continued to pound the hell out of Indianapolis. So now that we have it officially set up, one piece that I have not introduced, the NFL, that is, have appeared to zero in on a New England Patriots locker room attendant who allegedly took the game balls from the officials' locker room to another area on the way to the field. So it appears that we may have found our scapegoat. So now that I got it set up, Joe, what do you think, man? What do you think about Deflategate? Is it a story? Are we over talking about this? What's the deal?
Honestly, let's put it into perspective. I can't stand New England. So go Seahawks, go Russell, beat them again. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now,
you looking for a 2-time defending champion?
I need them to beat the brakes off them.
I'm gonna get my pick at the end of this segment, but I got you. I'm gonna get my pick.
Okay, but we can always sit here and go back and forth about how many scandals do you have to have in the NFL to truly be a scandalous team?
Well, there is. I mean, you can say the Cowboys, but ain't no scandals behind them. People just don't like them because they're the Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys were just a lot of criminals who did dirt work.
Yeah, but there was never any on-the-field stuff with them. This is not the first infraction. I think that's what you're alluding to.
That's what I'm alluding to. I mean, we had the first thing with the tampering, the lip reading of the plays and the whole 9 yards. And you know what? New England got a slap on the hand and got sent on their way because it was Belichick and the pretty boy Brady who represents the quote-unquote NFL, because does he have a Perel commercial?
He got commercials for everything. He's like
plastic surgery. When when a football player get plastic surgery, real talk, he got his chin tightened up. He got a little dimple cleft.
But you know who his lady is? I mean, he's married to like a supermodel. What's her name? Giselle Budgeon. I mean, she don't do nothing for me, but there's a legion of people in the world who think she's kind of great.
Okay. Anyway,
and she's a supermodel.
All right. Well, I mean, Okay, anyway. But still, I can truly sit here and say that I think that they scandalous and they shady. New England sucks. Anybody who's a New England fan, I'm sorry, but your team is a bunch of bums. Brady is a bum. I can't say that about Belichick. I think he's a great coach. I will say that. I will say I think that he's a mastermind when it comes to coaching.
I'm going to look at it like this. I think that it's sad when you're the big kid and you're a bully. And when I say the big kid that you're a bully, you can already beat up everybody on the playground, and everybody knows it. You don't have to go and tell everybody. The analogy I'm making is New England. That team is, for the last 10 since Brady and Belichick got there together, has been at the top of the NFL. Whether they've won the Super Bowl or not is irrelevant. They've been to 6 Super Bowls in the last 12 years. That's half. And that makes them great, no matter how much you love them or you hate them.
Agreed.
Which makes them the big kid that's the bully. Because if you are cheating when you probably could win anyway, then what are you doing? You kind of messing with your own legacy.
That's your legacy. And you know what? I go back to say that. What you said, they messing with their legacy. Think about it like this. When Belichick and Brady put together a playground squad, real talk, they just took some fellas off the block and said, here, get in here. I'm going to put you in certain places, and we still going to win. That's what I mean. When you say that they the big kids on the block, he's a mastermind when it comes to making people do what they need to do.
Right. And, just to kind of piggyback on that, bro, when you look at the New England Patriots with Spygate is what they were calling it. When they were basically what Spygate was is they were filming other teams during practice and using it. And there's a way you can do it and there's a way you can't do it. And I don't remember the specifics, but they were
lip reading too.
Yeah, they was doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing. They got caught in week 2. And that was the season that they went 18-0 and lost in the Super Bowl to my New York Football Giants. The point I'm making is they got caught in week 2, which means they played the rest of that season, didn't lose again until they lost in the Super Bowl. Patriots are a good team. And in the game that they are accused of, they win 45-7. And when they get caught basically at halftime and they got regulation balls, they go out and they score like 24 points in the second half. So this is what I mean when I say it. Like, y'all already good. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to your legacy? And Belichick basically threw Brady under the bus. He was like, you need to ask him. I was like, yo.
But you know what? They still won. Now, we can go back and say, because, I'm a little salty about the fact that they even played them Green Bay cheeseheads in the first place, being a Cowboys fan. And everybody, even in the Green Bay, did you see the Green Bay player said it was a catch?
No. Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, the one who was covering him said that was a catch.
You still on that, man?
Well, yeah, I'm salty.
You going backwards?
Okay, but anyway, I say that to say, like you said, as good as Green Bay is, the New York, did I say New York? New England, one of them people up there knew somebody, can beat you, and they don't have to resort to what I still see as an infraction. No matter what you think, when you grab a football, you know how that football is supposed to feel. In cold weather or not, we know that cold expands balls.
Yeah.
We know how hard them balls are. We know how hard Brady throws.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, anybody that knows me, my first love in sports is baseball, and I played Little League. That's the highest level of baseball that I played 1 year high school. I played high school and Little League, and I was a catcher, and I knew from just being a catcher if there was something up with the ball. Well, I'm talking about I'm talking about me as a 15-year-old,
and that's a baseball.
And
that's a hard ball.
That's a hard baseball as a 15-year-old. As I would catch it as the catcher, not the pitcher who's standing there playing with it. I'm talking about me as the catcher who only has it for a second, and I knew if there was something up with the ball. You mean to tell me a professional football player, a quarterback, doesn't know
that's my point.
That there's something going on with their ball?
Why you think Belichick threw him under the bus?
Translation, I don't think that Belichick, this is my personal opinion, I don't think Belichick had anything to do with this, personally.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think Belichick had anything to do with this. I think that Tom Brady probably told the people, y'all know how I like the balls, make it happen. He probably said that without telling these people go and do anything illegal, and they took the liberty to do what they did. I don't think that he was directly.
So you mean plausible deniability?
Yes, there you go. I don't know how, I didn't know how to say that, but that's I think he knew what they would do, but left it in a way where he can deny telling them go ahead and do it. Because if you saw his press conference last week, it was not credible. You know, he's up there and he's like, I don't know. I mean, like any other time they can go up there and tell you exactly what's going on with defenses and what was going on at any point in the game. But you mean to tell me that you don't know how your working tools are supposed to be managed?
I know how my working tools
I know exactly how.
Level with mine.
Well, there you go. And same with me. So we know what you're supposed to do. You mean to tell me the Super Bowl champion doesn't know what to do? I got some issues with that. So anyway, I'll go ahead and give my pick right now. I look at these two teams. I look at a team that is offensively gifted, and I look at a team that is defensively gifted. We always know that defense will outweigh offense. There's a 2-point line. New England is favored by 2 in this game. Basically what that means is assume that the game starts with 2 points on the board for Seattle to cover the spread. New England has to win by 2. I don't think they're going to do it. I got Seattle winning this game by at least a field goal.
You going to hold on to
at least a field goal.
I got mine. I got, I'm running because I'm thinking the game going to be a shootout for real.
I don't see a shootout, man.
You don't?
No.
You thinking low?
I'm thinking that the winning score maybe is 24 points. The winning team doesn't have any more than that.
We rolling around the same ball because I was giving it 24-27. I was going with Seattle.
I got 24-21 Seattle. So we're in the same build. And since we're both NFC fans, that ain't why I'm rooting for them. And I'm not rooting for them because I hate New England. I don't hate New England. I don't care for them. I beat them in the Super Bowl twice in the last 10 years. I don't really care, but they remind me of the Eagles. They hadn't done nothing as far as I'm concerned. I don't care about New England. I just happen to think that Seattle's going to win. Them boys is young. They aggressive. They arrogant.
They
hungry. Richard Sherman is one of my least favorite players because his arrogance is just off the meter, off the charts.
Why is it arrogant, though? It's confidence. People call me arrogant all the time or conceited. Yeah, I'm just convinced.
I've seen interviews with him where someone asked him a question, a media person asked him a question, and he was just so rude and so nasty to the guy. He told me it was a kindergarten question. He needs to go back and think of something more intelligent to ask me. And you don't have to treat people that way. That to me is too much.
All right.
That's too much. And there's a few of them on that team that do that. I root for Russell Wilson. And for some freaking reason, I can't explain it, but I like their coach, Carroll, what's his name?
Yeah, Carroll. Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, yeah. I actually like him. So, it is what it is. Have Steppin with Marcus J. live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio to be down with us tonight. If you want to be a part of the discussion, call us at 804-402-2893 to be part of the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Y'all know that we started off as a sports show. We're not going to beat you in the head with a whole bunch of sports, but this next one is kind of a sports story, but not really. I think anybody hearing it will be able to relate. Big bro, I want you in on this one first. I'm getting this one from the Bleacher Report, and this one is about social media, and it's about the Super Bowl. A Facebook picture cost this man his Super Bowl credentials. How did that happen? He obviously had his dream job. This is Russ Knight. He found out that he was going to be working in the press box for this year's big game. He wanted to share his good news. However, his Facebook post cost him that job. He used Facebook to show off his Super Bowl credentials to his friends. He was clearly overexcited because for security purposes, the NFL prohibits employees from posting pictures with their credentials in the shot. It's reportedly in the fine print on the back of the credentials, so anyone who breaks the rule will be stripped of their credentials. So instead of working the game, he's going to be watching at home with the rest of us. If you look at the picture here that I'm showing, apparently if you zoom into it very, very closely, you can actually if you zoom into it very closely, you can actually read the credentials. What do you think about that, Joe?
He's an idiot. Point blank, bottom line, he's an idiot. You have the job of a lifetime, something that you always want to do, and you get it. And I get it. You could have showed your credentials after the game, but it clearly states that you also have to sign waivers on that type of stuff. And for fraudulent purposes, because just like scalping tickets, you can make counterfeit ID badges, and I think that was just the dumbest thing in the world.
I think that I agree with that. I mean, when they say that you can do anything with it, which is the reason why it's banned. Diva, what you think? This guy has gotten kicked out of being able to work the Super Bowl because he went and posted his credentials. How you feel about that? You agree? You think it's fair, not fair? What do you think?
I mean, it may be against the rules and everything, but I don't see how it's that serious. Like, maybe you guys can explain to me why is it that serious.
Wow,
Well,
really?
Judging by the look on Joe's face, I'm gonna let him have that one.
explain it
I'm
to
gonna let him
me.
have that.
I'm
one.
gonna put this into perspective as a writer.
Okay.
If you gave somebody a pre-copy of your manuscript, let's think about the movie. I'm gonna take it for you, The Best Man. When
Okay.
Dummy sit there and gave his book to somebody and they got it, and all of the things that happen afterwards. Think about that on a large scale. If you get those credentials, anybody can get into the tunnels. You can get into anywhere you want to go.
Okay.
And number one, it's a security risk. I'll put it, as a security person, let me put it in the security risk mode as well. You
But
get those
these are
credentials.
really his credentials.
Those were
right?
his, yes, those were the
Right.
credentials
So
that
he didn't
he would
steal
use.
anything.
No. But if you put that's just like if you lose your credit card or somebody takes your credit card and they swipe it and they have a skimmer and they get all of your data off of it. What are they going to do? They're going to go
buy
and
whatever
they're
they
going to go
want.
and buy whatever they want to. You could sell that credential for $1,000. You could probably sell that credential for
A whole lot
a
more.
whole lot more than that.
We got the news story here. I'm gonna play the news story, and then we're gonna comment on this, and then we'll move on to something else. This is a story from CBS 5 in Arizona.
A dream job for a longtime Valley sports fan, a chance to work at the Super Bowl. But that dream has turned into a nightmare because of a seemingly innocent Facebook post on the internet. CBS 5's Jason Berry is live in our newsroom to explain. Jason.
It happens all the time. You're excited about something and you want to share it with friends on social media. Tonight, a Valley man learned a hard lesson that some things you just can't post on the internet.
Russ Knight enjoys being a Valley cab driver,
Just meet so many different kinds of people.
but he was ready to put his job on hold next week for the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to work at this year's Super Bowl.
The idea of being in the press box on the Super Bowl, are you crazy? I was so excited.
Unfortunately, Knight's dream job ended before it started. The former DJ was hired to be an assistant frequency coordinator for the NFL during Super Bowl week and was just issued his credential. Knight was so excited, he posted a picture of himself with the credential on Facebook. A few hours later, he got a call from NFL security.
He goes, Russ, we got a problem. Apparently, on my picture, even though it was far away, they could zoom in and they could read my credential number on the bottom.
One of the rules listed on the back of Super Bowl credentials is that you cannot post any pictures of the passes on the internet as a security precaution and to prevent duplication.
I can't blame anybody else. I'm the guy. I was the fool who didn't read the fine print. I was that guy. They're like, what?
Knight is hoping that by telling his story, he'll prevent other Super Bowl workers and volunteers from making the same mistake.
It hurts. It hurts real bad.
Knight did send a letter to the NFL apologizing for what he did. Yes, he still plans to watch the game on TV, but it just won't be the same as being on the field. Live in the newsroom, Jason Berry, CBS 5 News.
And I have Steppin Marcus J. Now, Diva, after having kind of the news story spell it out a little bit better than Joe and I did, what do you think now?
I understand better. It was a security risk to have that number shown on social media.
Right.
I still feel sorry for him, though. You know, he
I
was so excited.
I actually feel terrible for the guy. I'll be honest with you. I normally don't feel bad for people that do stupid things, but I don't think that this is one that, as he's doing it, I don't think anybody, unless you kind of in the business or you deal with security or you're just kind of a type A personality, would immediately think, oh, that was dumb. I think the average person would say, what's the problem here? And I think the average person, Charisma, would have the reaction that you had. Joe, you disagree?
Because all I saw was like a badge, but I couldn't see,
Well,
numbers
they spot
and all
shadowed it out.
that.
Yeah, they spot shadowed that, so
They
you
spot
couldn't
shadowed-
see it
yeah,
anymore.
so you couldn't see it. But Joe, do you agree or disagree with my
Well, no. Okay, like you said, I'm that security guy. I'm that one that had to check credentials and IDs. I'm that person who wants to make sure that everybody is safe. So in a security conscious mind frame, he was stupid. Well, he wasn't stupid. He was just dumb. He was giddy. He was happy about it. I really think they ought to give him some tickets and let him still come. That's my true feeling.
100% agree with that.
I mean, do you know how much good can you help me out, Chris?
Publicity.
That's it. That word, my tongue tied. My bad. Yeah, how much good press? I'm gonna use that one because the NFL would get for showing a little bit of compassion with all of the nonsense that they've had going on. Yo, the dude admitted it was a mistake. Listen, I'm sorry. I really, really didn't mean to do it. And genuinely, listening to the actual interview, that cat did. He wasn't trying to do anything malicious. So, I mean, come on, NFL. Quit playing to let the man come.
He's excited. I think they should get him some tickets. I agree that his press pass should have been taken. He did the wrong thing. But, I think that he should at least get some tickets at minimum in the rafters or somewhere in the building. It'd be nice for him to be at least in the building. You don't have Steppin, Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. 80440-22893 is the number to dial. This one, Dating Pool Diva, is a sad story. It's a sports-based story, but then not really. It's about a basketball player. It's out of California, Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania University. It's a student likely inhaled a piece of chewing gum into her lungs while she slept, and she died. This is the Washington County Coroner's Office said that 21-year-old Shanice Clark of Toronto was found unresponsive about 3 a.m. Last Sunday at California University of Pennsylvania. University officials said that obviously they're deeply saddened by the 6-foot senior forward who was redshirting after playing 24 games for the Vulcans last season. California Borough Police say a preliminary report from medical personnel indicated that the death appeared to be accidental. An autopsy report revealed that she did in fact inhale a piece of chewing gum in her sleep into her lungs, which is what caused her death. She aspirated the chewing gum while sleeping. When you hear a story like this, I mean, I know many of us probably certainly as children and maybe even as adults may have done something like this. What do you think when you hear a story like this?
Yeah, I remember many times of having gum in my hair and swallowing it and everything else. So I didn't know it was that dangerous, though, that you could breathe into your lungs. That is really sad.
Yeah.
And she was just at the height of her career or about to start.
Her life, yeah, 21 years old. Big bro. You hear about, you got children this age, man. I mean, you go to sleep and just fall asleep chewing gum and don't wake up. I mean, that really?
Yeah, that's it, and it's sad, but once again, don't chew gum when you go to bed.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that I'm gonna catch flack for that one, and not because she passed. That's a critical thing right there. But come on, folks, we know not to chew gum when you go to sleep. That's like trying to drink water laying down. Well, some of us do it, but still.
No, I got you. I never really thought about it, but there's certain things that you know better. And
Put it on the bedpost.
I've never actually been told or thought about drinking water laying down, but I know it's something that I just probably wouldn't do.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I remember being told as a kid, spit the gum out before you go to sleep. I remember being told don't swallow gum.
Yeah, it'll grow in your stomach.
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff, and it's just. I feel bad for her and her family. It's one of those things you don't even really know what to say.
Yo, you know what's and it's crazy, and I'm not trying to be facetious, but I just think about that like the hot coffee thing with McDonald's. Are they gonna sue the gum company?
Yeah. Well, the hot coffee thing at McDonald's, while I thought was very litigious and silly. I understood why they would do it, even though if I'm on that jury, I'm like, get the hell out of this courtroom. But I understand why they would do it. This right here, I mean, that's like suing, Purdue for choking on a chicken bone. I mean,
yeah, lesser things have happened.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Let's be real.
I suppose you're right. And how Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank everybody listen to us on your smartphone, your Wi-Fi enabled devices, listening to us on TuneIn, the application, search Legacy Internet Radio on TuneIn, save it, and listen to us here on this show and every single show. We got shows Monday through Sunday and Sunday through Friday, and every single day of the week. There's something here to listen to here on Legacy Internet Radio. All right, y'all ready to do some stupid criminals?
Yep.
Stupid criminals sound like fun.
I got two stupid criminals before we take our first break. Two of them. You want stupid criminal or you want stupid criminal first? You want stupid or stupid?
Let's move up the ladder.
Stupid.
Let's do stupid.
No. Oh, you want to do the stupid?
Let's do
first.
stupid before stupid.
Okay.
No.
Let's move up the ladder.
And gradually see how stupid they really, really are.
All right, let's do that. All right, this one. No, actually, I don't know if y'all heard this story, man. I'm getting this one from ABC News. Wow. Okay, 2 men in Houston, Texas, were recently arrested. They were accused of stealing an iPad and using it to take selfies that they unknowingly uploaded to the owner's iCloud account. Wow. The men appeared in the photos displaying the money that they are also accused of taking from the victim. Investigators arrested the pair on theft charges late last Wednesday. The iPad, other electronics, and thousands of dollars were stolen from the victim's truck on January 8th. He later noticed his iCloud account had images of the men holding $100 bills. Some stolen items were dumped behind a store. I'm not going to call their store's name out. The victim believes his iPad connected to that place's Wi-Fi, and the images synced to his iCloud account. He shared the images with the media. The photos ended up online, helping authorities identify the suspects. 2 of them, stupid criminals. I got the pictures here. I can see them. Y'all. I mean, I hope y'all go online onto my Facebook page and y'all see this. If you can't, Google these people. You have to see these 2 morons flashing, Benjis and grinning and taking selfies, man.
Yeah,
Diva.
that's stupid in and of itself. Just taking the pictures itself is dumb, and then not realizing that everything nowadays is tracked on your computer. I mean, whether you want it to be or not. I mean, Facebook and all kinds of other social media will track all your personal information, whether you want them to or not. So they should have known that as being criminals, but apparently they didn't. And now they're caught up in it.
Big bro.
That's all you can do is laugh. And they just grinning.
They
Look
just cheesing like
I bet
one
you
dude
ain't
mugging.
no
Nah, he mad right now.
One dude is mean mugging, and the other one is
he got
grinning.
47 teeth.
You can see all of them too.
And they white too.
Every single one of them.
And he don't even look like he a criminal. The other one looked like he might be the one who talked him into it, but he was just happy to get some money.
Oh my God, these guys, man.
Yo.
I just, it's one of those things where you just really feel sad for the youth. Here's why. I'm going to take a different kind of take on this. If you live in a world where you know that technology rules, you know what I mean? It's not like when we were coming up when you had to get up to walk across a room to turn the channel.
Right.
You know what I mean? You couldn't, my Walkman was almost as big as me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Whereas now you can have a little thing that's barely the size of your pinky, and you can have tons of music on it. Like, we live in a technologically sound world, and my 11-year-old is technology-wise on her way to being smarter than me. I give her a couple years, and she's going to be able to run circles around me technology-wise. And I'm sure, Joe, you can relate to that. My point is, how is it that these 2 young men, and if I had to guess, Joe, Diva, we'd guess, if you had to offer an opinion on how old they were, I would say anywhere from 16 to 20. 16 to 20, right?
Yeah.
That's more than old enough to know that if you take a selfie with someone's computer, that it's a good bet that it's going to end up on a cloud somewhere. Like you didn't know that? Right. Who also doesn't know that little tree-looking thing on your phone says that the Wi-Fi is on? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't.
Obviously, they're not too technologically solid.
I just
they didn't care. They just wanted the money and wanted to show it off to their friends.
Just like the dumb dude with the ticket. I mean, with the bag.
They were just as excited. Yeah.
Yeah, but you robbed somebody. Quit playing. If you're gonna be a crook, at least be a good crook.
I just, these things sometimes they sadden me because I'm offended at the lunacy and the ignorance. Joe's laughing at me. He's making fun of me, y'all.
No, he's passionate about this. I mean, he look mad.
I'm really upset about this, man. It's like, come on, man. Like, seriously, you had the
get
money.
no
You
sense.
had gotten away. You didn't even need the iPad.
I would have got. Well, see, once again, these are those folks who Taraji said the best. These streets are not made for everybody.
That's why they
have sidewalks.
Yeah,
They needed to stay on the sidewalk.
Stay on the
for real.
sidewalk. I mean, like, I don't want to. I mean, I'm not hood, man. I'm really not. But I grew up in the hood, so I understand certain things. And the first thing that I think I might have done was wipe the hard drive.
And wipe nothing. I'm not gonna even turn it on. Yo, hey son, you want to get this?
How many times you watch television? You watch CSI or Law and Order or any of these shows. Well, what's the first thing the criminal does if he's got a cell phone? Would he take the chip out?
Take the SIM card out.
He take the chip out. Or they use what they call burner phones because they know they can be tracked. So you really think that you can't get tracked by the person who owns its joint? Like, come on, man. I mean,
all of the technology, like you said, hey, when mine is gone, if something happens to my phone, all I do is dial a number. And guess what? I can take pictures of you. Yeah. And you don't even know I'm taking pictures of you.
Yeah.
It's tracking you. It knows where you are.
I got an app on my phone that does the same thing.
GPS is a wonderful thing.
I know you can't do anything with the phone. And I got an app on the phone. I probably shouldn't tell too much. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna tell you that part. I'll tell you online.
Yeah, tell me that.
I got an app on the phone that does some stuff that you're gonna be like, word, for real? Like,
well, mine will go off. I can tell you now. If something happens, mine will start to go beep, 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 beep. It's like Mission Impossible. Yes, it'll start. The siren will go off.
What used to be, how cool would it be, like, Get Smart? You can get an app to do on your phone that'll make that joint just simulate blowing up and whatnot. Smoke.
Mission Impossible smoke start coming out.
I can't believe I just said Get Smart. That's for you older listeners, out there. If you was a young person, you may not get Smart, but if you do, then you know how funny that is. Ain't no how Steppin Marcus. All right, this one is a stupid criminal, but this stupid criminal is gonna make you mad. This one is
this a stupid?
Yeah. This is stupid. That was stupid. This one's stupid. And this one is, in fact, going to make you mad. I'm getting this one from the Washington Times. This one is about a vigilante who tackled a licensed gun owner in a Florida Walmart. The Florida deputies arrested 43-year-old man after he tackled a man carrying a concealed weapon. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Michael Foster saw a 62-year-old Clarence Daniels in Walmart parking lot with a gun holstered under his coat. Mr. Foster followed Mr. Daniels into the store, put him in a chokehold, brought him to the ground while screaming that he had a gun. During the struggle, Mr. Daniels yelled that he had a concealed license, which deputies confirmed was true. The report said Mr. Foster did not call 911 until he tackled the man. Mr. Foster had been charged with 1 count of battery. Unfortunately, he tackled a guy that was a law-abiding citizen, quote. Sheriff spokesman Larry McKinnon, Tampa Bay Times have reported. We understand it's alarming for people to see other people with guns, but Florida has a large population of concealed weapons permit holders. End quote. Sheriff's Office recommended that vigilante-inclined citizens refrain from taking matters into their own hands. Vigilante, Florida. Anybody catching a little bit?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I ain't got to say it. You with me?
Yeah.
All right. You better make sure there's a good reason, McKinnon added. Otherwise, you might be confronting a guy who is legally permitted to carry a gun. Sounds like a case where stand your ground may have been justified. I think I might go ahead and add, for those folks who are wondering, yeah, I played a race card. Mr. Foster was a white dude who saw a black man walking in a Walmart with a gun. Yes, I said it. So what you got to say about that, big bro?
I'm going to say it's a good thing that didn't read, here lies the stupidest man on earth. Because if he grabs me, and we live in the good old
Virginia has very similar laws to Florida.
Buckle.
For those folks who are out of state, this could have been interchangeable with here in Virginia. So
I got see, first of all, mind your business. Call. That's what law enforcement is for. If you feel a need, unless there's a direct danger to somebody else, all them cell phones that you all got, pick them up, dial 911. I guarantee you it was Walmart. Somebody would have been around to take care of the situation, at least to confront him and ask him. And you could have very easily verified that he had a concealed weapons permit. The stupid part about that is vigilantism will get you killed, and he's lucky that 62-year-old man didn't burn his behind right there for grabbing him.
He would have been justified, in my opinion, because that is the epitome of what stand your ground is supposed to be about. If someone is attacking you and you don't understand why they're attacking you and you are allowed to carry a weapon, obviously for protection, what other possible reason would you have to utilize your weapon if not for someone attacking you? Diva, when you hear the story, what do you think? First of all, before you comment, Michelle K., we saw your comment. Hey, Michelle K. What's up, sis?
Hey, Michelle. That's right. Love Revolution.
Yeah, Love Revolution, sister. So, Diva, when you hear this, what you got?
I feel like the guy that jumped the other guy was stupid. I mean, trying to play hero, I guess, to get into the news. So, they could say that he did something to protect the people of Walmart. But you're right. You're right. He could have easily been, killed.
He almost got on the news for real. The
he could have
obituary
gotten
section
shot.
of the cartoons.
I think this is a case. People, again, and I set this up for people who I annoy them when they think that I play the race card. I'm going to annoy you some more about my next statement, because I'm sure people see people with concealed weapons all the time. I'm in Virginia. I grew up in New Jersey. I know that if you get caught with a gun in New Jersey, that's 5 years. You gone. Period. You don't get you don't get $200. You don't get the pass go. None of that shit. You gone. And so the first time I actually saw someone in Virginia with a concealed weapon, I was scared to death. You know what I mean? And to this day, I've been here 22 years almost, and I still get nervous. Mm-hmm. I don't like to see concealed weapons on people who aren't law enforcement. It makes me nervous.
Right. It does for me too.
It makes me nervous.
Don't make me nervous.
I don't like guns at all.
And I've seen it.
You see it all the time.
I do. I do. I do. And I've seen it, in public places. But anyway, the point I'm making is, I think this white dude seen this black man with a gun, and he thought that something crazy was about to go down. And I think he profiled this guy because he can't be. 43 years old, you know what state you live in. You know there's a concealed weapon law in your state. You have to know this. At 43, you don't get to be 43 and not know some basic state laws. And he might even be somebody who actually has access to firearms himself. Now, that's conjecture and speculation. I probably shouldn't do that. But I really honestly think that there was some sort of profiling going on here. There's no way to know for a fact, and it may not be something that my fair-minded people who disagree with me want to hear. But the reality is there's a lot of things that we black people in this country deal with that unless you're a black person, particularly a black man, you don't understand what we deal with. And so we're going to have certain suspicions about the motives of people who do things like that.
Yeah, agree.
Diva?
And imagine that he was much younger. Let's say he was 20-something,
right,
walking around with a gun on his holster.
Right.
How that would have been.
Yeah.
And the police would have showed up. Who knows how that would have ended up. Could have been a lot worse.
I'm sure it would have been a lot worse than that. And I'll be honest with you, because of knowing what I know, you can't walk down the street in, certain places in Florida without being accosted by vigilante, neighborhood watch people who shoot you and kill you in the street and go home to their families to continue doing bullshit to get them arrested continuously. Yes, I'm talking about who. Yeah. In a state like Florida, you mean to tell me if this dude would pull his gun out and put one in the chest of this guy who attacked him, what do you think would have happened to him? Because it's the same state. And everybody knows that I'm alluding to the person that murdered Trayvon Martin. But what about Marissa Alexander, who was shooting at the guy who had admitted to beating her down? Beat her down. Her ex-husband beat her up, said that he was there to mess with her some more, and she shot into the ceiling and was facing 20 years.
Craziness.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, to answer your question, that dude would have been on death row if he had shot the vigilante.
If you disagree with me, call me and tell me that I'm tripping. Call me and tell me I'm playing the race card. If you're listening to us in social media, hit us up, send us a comment that we can respond to. If you're listening to us, after the show on YouTube, by all means, leave a comment there. If you've listened to our YouTube clips in the past, I see that stuff and I respond to it, even if it's 6 months from now. Have Steppin with Marcus J. live from the dead, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take our first break of the night. And then we come back. We're going to talk about some bullies. And we're going to talk about what Jesus would say about a movie. Because the dude on Fox News seems to think that he knows what Jesus would say about a movie. And we got the craziest thing that happened in Detroit. This dude went to jail for what? And you know how Steppin Marcus J got Big Bro Joe and the dating pool diva. Yours truly, Marcus J. And you know how Steppin Marcus J be back in a few minutes, y'all. Stay with us.